There are two primary reasons to use Shrinkwrap. One, to simplify the display of an assembly in your model and reduce the memory load. When working in a very large assembly, converting sub-assemblies to Shrinkwrap representations can save you a lot of system resources and keep your system performing at maximum level. The other is the protection of intellectual property. You might be the company that produces these robot clamps. You want people to be able to see how your robot clamp will fit in their assembly, but you don't want to give them full detail on how that assembly is put together and all of the internal components. Shrinkwrap Substitute will allow you to simplify your assembly, externalize representation of it, and link it back into your assembly to use as a level of detail representation. The Shrinkwrap tool uses the same process to generate the external file without automatically linking it back to your assembly. This tool is very useful for generating a parallel file that you can share with others. Let's start the Shrinkwrap tool. Before we begin creating our Shrinkwrap, let's take a look at what's going on the screen. In the lower right corner, you can see a number on the left that shows the number of occurrences displayed in the active document. So right now, to make this simple assembly, 36 occurrences of objects are on the screen. On the right, it takes 23 documents loaded in memory to display those files. When creating your Shrinkwrap, you can choose a design view, a positional representation, or a level of detail. We'll begin by starting out our Shrinkwrap by changing the level of detail to all content center suppressed. This will take out all of the standard components from the content center and remove them from memory. This reduces the occurrences down to 19 and the number of files to 16. Then, let's remove parts by size. We'll remove any component with a diagonal bounding box of 2 inches or less. We'll see several components disappear from the screen. And now let's move to features. We can tell it to not remove any holes, to remove all holes, or set a specific size. We can also set the radius of a fillet to a specific size. If we preview this, we can see how much information is being cleaned up from the screen due to the capping of holes and the removal of fillets. Let's go ahead then and create this file. It will create a new standard part file. We'll set the bill of materials structure and define how it will be built. In this case, a single solid body that keeps seams between planar faces. We'll remove the color override, preview this, and click OK. This will generate this new external file with minimized levels of detail that we can share with others. Returning back to the assembly, let's take another approach. Let's go back to the master level of detail, then right-click on level of detail and select New Substitute, select Part File. Here we can choose the Substitute Clamp IPT file, open it, and you'll see that it exchanges its position with the full assembly, with only one occurrence on the screen. In the context of a larger assembly that uses this clamp, we can always display this assembly as that one occurrence, but still maintain all of the bill of material information for the assembly as a whole.